Welcome to Mental Health in Sweat, a conversation we were never supposed to have, but must. This is where we talk openly about hyperhidrosis, body odor, anxiety, relationships, confidence, and the mental weight of living in a body you can't control. No shame, no silence, just truth, solutions, and community. This is Hyperhidrosis Awareness Kenya, and we're done whispering.
Sweat can enter relationships quietly and wreck them silently. There is the fear of closeness, avoiding intimacy, miscommunication. You don't want me. How many of you have faced miscommunication? How many of you have avoided intimacy? How many of you have feared closeness? I know I'm talking about you. I'm discussing you, by the way, and myself included. Yeah, there is that fear of closeness. You don't want your significant other. You don't want, or rather you avoid intimacy, being held, being touched. And this tends to happen when you haven't openly discussed your sweat issue with your significant other. This is why you're walking on eggshells and you're doing the same, or rather they are the ones walking on eggshells because they don't know what's going on with you. As a matter of fact, they are questioning themselves. What have I done wrong? Does my significant other love me? Do they desire me? Am I not attractive to them? Is this relationship coming to an end? Is our marriage doomed? All these questions can be answered, or all this uncertainty can be, not discussed, but rather addressed with effective communication. And miscommunication is one of the biggest problems that people with sweat issues face. You're married, or you're in a relationship, long-term relationship, and you're not discussing openly with your significant other. You're not communicating your sweat issue. You're just leaving it for them to guess. You just want them to guess. Let them find it, you just want them to find out about your sweat issue their own way. And in the process, you're actually giving them a hard time because they have no idea of what's going on with you. But what if they had knowledge about your sweat issue? The feeling of being unattractive, not wanted, and undesirable, those issues will be addressed. Why? Because your significant other or the person you are in a relationship with, they are aware of your condition. And in an event you people have differences, it will not be linked to your sweat issue. You won't be running back to aliniongelesha vibaya or this person is disrespectful to me because of my sweat issue. So what are the mental health impact of your sweat issue when it comes to dating, marriage, and intimacy? There is loneliness inside relationships. You feel lonely. Yeah, you feel lonely. You're sweating. When you guys sleep together and on the same bed, your side is always wet. And this is not something you're dealing with 2 days a week, you're dealing with these sweat issues every day. You see, relationships, that's why this episode, I'm not going to take a long or a lot of time discussing it because it's very direct. Communication is key. Yeah, communication is key. You need to talk to your significant other. If they feel uncomfortable with your sweat issue or body odor issues and they are not willing to work with you or even help you, then it's best you part ways before it gets worse. There is the guilt and shame and emotional distance. When these three things start creeping in into your dating, marriage, and intimacy, forget your relationship. It's done. Let me repeat them. Loneliness inside relationships, guilt and shame, emotional distance. So what are some of the solutions? Having an honest conversation, no half-truths. You see, that's why now I'm here. With this particular episode, I'm not going to take a lot of time. All this can be addressed and a possible solution can be achieved by having an honest conversation, no half-truths. Educating partners, that's your prime responsibility. Educate your significant other about your sweat issues. Shared coping strategies. Tell your significant other that when, I'm just using an example, when your sweat is extreme, maybe kwa mkono ama nini, and you're not yet comfortable with them holding your hands, just let them know. If they insist they want to hold your hand and you're still not comfortable, just let them know. But if you want to proceed with it, you better shikilia mkono with all the badge of confidence you have. Yeah, I think this episode is more direct. That the key thing here is just communication. You need to communicate. And listen, people can choose not to understand you, even after you've explained to them your sweat issue. These are individuals who listen to respond and not listen to understand. You should never ever force yourself into a relationship with someone who cannot take their time to listen to understand, because you can't change them. You can't change the mindset they have towards you. And I want you to watch their patterns and trust their actions. Watch their patterns and trust their actions. Don't trust words, trust actions. If they tell you that they're okay with your sweat, I want you to look at their actions towards you. They tell you they're okay with your bronchidrosis and body odor issues, always look at their actions towards you. That is where your answer lies. As I conclude, love survives truth. It doesn't survive silence.
If this episode spoke to you, know this. You are not broken, you are not alone, and help exists. Sweat disorders affect the body, but they don't define your worth. Follow Hyperhidrosis Awareness Kenya, share this conversation, and reach out when you need support. We see you, we hear you, and this journey doesn't end here.